Well, back at it again. So it's time to harvest some loofah for the sponge, not to eat. I'll show you what they're looking like. So I actually waited a slight bit too long. You can see that some of it's starting to turn completely brown. You want it where it has a little bit of a yellow color to it. Both of these are ready to harvest here. This one's a little further along. I'll cut these and show them next to one that's not quite ready, so you'll see the difference. So here's the one I just cut off the vine. Here's one. You can see the little bit of a color difference. You see the yellow compared to the green. So loofah takes a while. It's 90 to 120 days to start producing, and then you'll have to wait for the fruit to get to its full size, which is around 18 inches. Once it gets to the full size, you have to allow 3 to 4 more weeks for the seeds to mature all the way. Right now this thing is full of water. It weighs quite a bit. This one here, very light. Doesn't feel like hardly anything's in it. So this one's ready to go. And you'll notice, like I said, the skin will turn a little bit of a yellow color to it. You really want to harvest it before it starts to brown though. The fibers will stick to the skin on the inside once it starts to brown. So let me show you how I peel them, what works best for me. And what's inside here will look just like that. That's loofah from last year that I harvested. And this thing is full of seeds in there. Let's get to peeling. So these are both about the same size. This one's slightly larger. So on the end, this is hollow in here. So I usually start right there. Just push into it and it'll open right up if it's ready to go. And you see it's real easy to get the skin off at this point. If you try to do it too early, all this will be stuck to it. It just peels off. It's that easy. You see the side where I let it go a little too long? Yesterday was actually the ideal time. I just didn't have time to do it. Once it turns brown, the inner starts sticking to the outer skin. Yep, waited too long. Should have did it yesterday. See, right back to the part that's just the yellow color, it comes right off. There we have it. One loofah ready to go. You're gonna want to let these dry out in the sun, ideally, if your weather's good for it. I take the water hose and wash this. Got a little bit of like a slimy sap still left in it. I wash it real good to get all that out of it. You can see all the seeds in there. Be ready for next year's harvest. That's pretty much it. Just make sure they dry out all the way, and you can use them, for the shower sponge. You can use them for washing dishes. That's what I use them for mainly. Just cut them in little sections, whatever size you want. They work okay for washing your car too, for sponge. They're not too coarse, but coarse enough to get it off. I'll wash it off and you'll see it kind of looks a little frothy when you're washing it. You can see the difference, how white it is right here where I've washed it, and this has a little bit of a greenish yellow hue to it. You want to get all that out of it right now before you dry it. There's our second one. This one's perfect, doesn't have any imperfections on it. So here's our final product. They're not bad to eat too. I harvest them for food as well. So the last step of the process is what I do normally is just right up here on the roof. I'll set them up there, and come tomorrow evening they will be ready to take down and put up for long-term storage. You can see that works good because it's got a little slant to it. The water runs out of them. And tomorrow's supposed to be 105 Fahrenheit here, so shouldn't have a problem drying those out. I'll show you a loofah that's just about ready to harvest for food. There's a little bitty one here. All the flowers close up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They open around 4:30 in the morning. So this size here is about what you want if you're gonna harvest it for eating. It's about, it's about 10 inches long. And you really don't want the diameter to be larger than 1.5 inches. It'll start getting tough after that. You know, right now, you see when I press it, it's nice and soft. That's what you want for eating. I've got quite a few more coming out because it's getting late in the season and knows it's running out of time. Again, these are the female flowers that'll have the little miniature loofah on them before they get pollinated. Let's see if I can find one that's, so right here, this one hasn't bloomed yet. This one bloomed today. The male flowers are going to be in clusters like this. You'll see a bunch of little flower buds all together, and they'll just keep blooming until it runs out. Here's a little bitty baby female flower. So this could turn into a loofah if it gets pollinated. Well, that's all I have for now. I'll see you on the next one.